So today we got Gilbert, who has been working with us for not so long, like a little bit of time, but has had pretty amazing results. So Gilbert, do you want to just introduce yourself and what you do and who you work with?
Yeah, so I have a gym in Abu Dhabi, which is in the United Arab Emirates, and then I have an online program, which is what I got Jamie's help for, which is training more like executives, but to transition instead of only having income coming from my gym, now have an online income through online training.
So I remember when we were getting you into the program, you were super skeptical, like most people are, to be completely honest with you. Um, how has it been since you joined, and how has that kind of been overcome, or what are your feelings now?
I mean, obviously, like the wins are the wins. Numbers don't lie, right? So, yeah, obviously made absolute bank. Like the first actual month of running, the ads came in at like $30,000, which is pretty cool. And like it outperformed my gym, which I was super surprised by. So yeah, I mean, it's great. Like working with you directly, working with the other guys. Like it's just when you've got a problem, that you guys are there to help me understand like what is the problem and then help me to fix it rather than just kind of slapping a band-aid on and saying that oh it's done. Like you help actually me to understand what the problem is, which I think is like so much better because instead of just like oh here you go, well I don't know what I did wrong in the first place, which is like some other agencies I've worked with have kind of done that, which is for me wasn't the way I wanted to go. So this has been great.
Cool. And I suppose what a lot of people come to us about and what our whole kind of thing is about, our whole program is about, is quality of leads. So I know we've been hitting very good quality of leads with you. How has that been for you?
Sure. I mean, like, look, no campaign's ever perfect. There's still bad leads, right?
Oh,
But the quality of the good leads is outrageous. So you're able to close these really high, or I've been able to close these really high packages. And so even if I've got a string of bad leads, which to be fair, we haven't really had a string, we've just no campaign's perfect, right? But the bad ones are so few and the good ones are so good that even if I had more bad ones, I'd still be like, yeah, buzz it.
and the other half of that then is volume. So we've obviously had enough volume that you have been essentially just turning your ads off when it's gotten too much for you.
Yeah, exactly. So doing a combination of like cold and advertising stuff, and so the cold stuff is kind of quite consistent, I'd say. But the advert that we built together is actually like too hot. So last week, for example, I literally ran it for Monday for the whole day, like 12 or 16 hours probably. This week I could only run it for about 4 hours. I had to turn it off because it performed so well. I literally couldn't keep up with the leads and do my proper process with them. So, and it hasn't. We're on Thursday now. I know this is watched in the future at some point. That's like 4 days I've had no add-on, and had a really good sales day today. Just before we jumped on this call, we were talking offline. Like sold $7,000 today. Like it's great off of that one advert spend on Monday morning, right? It's great.
And when you don't have your ads on, we have automation in the background that's still bringing in leads, qualifying
Yeah,
them.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the automation brought in one guy. Well, it brings in lots of guys, but the to be frank, the quality is totally different. But there's a little bit more weeding through. But the great thing about that kind of weeding process is it's all automated. So like you have a lot more leads, but the quality is varying greatly. But the only people that you actually speak to are the ones that have actually been qualified, which is great. So like, I don't care if I'm getting all these bad leads because it's not. I'm not even touching them. It doesn't. There's no process to that. So it's just great. So I'm only actually seeing good leads, which is cool. And then so I've got a consult call booked for tomorrow with one of these guys. So excited for that.
The last thing, just to round it up, speaking to somebody that is looking at us and thinking about it and on the fence, what's the advice?
Um, I would say it's good to be skeptical of anything, but like jump in. What have you got to lose? Like, um, yeah, for me, it's been a no-brainer. Like I've remade what I paid you in the first month. like, and then some, like 3-4x, probably at this point, probably 5x my investment. So yeah, I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's that classic thing, like, I wish I did it earlier, but I wasn't aware of you until I saw one of your adverts pop up, and I thought, this guy seems like he knows what he's talking about. Like, let's jump on a call, let's see what happened, and fuck yeah, it's been great.
A lot more to come. Look, thanks for jumping on, and appreciate
No dramas.
what we're doing next.
Yeah.